Jonjo Shelby picks up that ball before Delph, and Delph goes straight through him, and it's a red card. Stoke down to 10 men after 20 minutes, and we really need to make this extra man count. Chilwell down the line to Maddison. Maddison now into Jonjo. He's got Embolo on the right-hand side, but he uses Yedlin first. Goes down that line into the back post. Marin's there, and a good save by Farins, and Shawcross hits the post and finally gets it away. Chilwell into Marin again. Lovely little flick onto Maddison. Goes for goal, hits the post, and they get the ball clear again. We've hit the post a couple of times and just not able to break the deadlock. Maddison into Embolo. Out to Marin. Gets the ball into Fettiarp, and he's not going to miss that. 2 yards out. Fettiarp puts us 1-0 up 6 minutes before the break. And a dominant display so far for Newcastle. Even before they went down to 10 men, we were all over them. Maddison whipping that ball in trying to find Embolo. Holding gets the ball clear. Marin then just drills the ball into the back post. Arps there. 1-0 Newcastle. Toldy in the middle, and he finds Chilwell at left back, and Chilwell's going to come forward and find Marin. Arp down this left-hand side as well. Toldy into Jonjo. Lovely switch out to DeAndre Yedlin, and now he's going to come forward. He's got Embolo on the overlap, and Embolo's there as well. 1-2 with Yedlin. Yedlin coming into the box, and Farins needs to push that round for a corner. Left-hand side, 20 minutes to go. Can we make it more than one? Sessegnon gets the ball before Woods, goes for goal, and the keeper's kept them in it. The keeper's kept the score line down to just 1 at the minute. With a throw-in, finds Sessegnon in the box. Into Fettiarp, turns, and it's another great save by Farins in goal for Stoke. And that is it. Full-time whistle goes. 1-0 to Newcastle. Comfortable, really, to be fair. We could have scored more. We should have scored more. But their keeper, on a 7.5, kept it down just to the 1 goal. Maddison down this left-hand side, gets the ball into Marin. Now he's got time to run at the defence, goes for goal, and Antonio Marin scores his 10th goal of the season, assisted by our new boy James Maddison, and it's 1-0 to Newcastle 13 minutes into this game. Chilwell throws the ball in. Maddison just knocks the ball into space, and Marin picks that ball up, and he just runs at the Watford defence. No one closes him down, giving him far too much space, and Antonio Marin scores his 10th goal of the season. 1-0 to Newcastle. Stoss with the ball. Can he find a black and white shirt? No, he runs in to Pereira. Pereira now into the final third, and this time Fofana makes a great tackle. Lovely ball over the top to Fettiarp, and it's a good save from Dubravka to keep it still at 1-0. Bit like the Stoke game, opportunities have come. We've just not been clinical enough to put them away, and Watford not really giving us too much for going into the second half, and hopefully a few more goals to make this a little bit more comfortable. Arana down this left-hand side. We've got about 2 minutes left of the game. Into Sergi Samper, into Decore, out to the left-hand side to Pereira, over the top to Chucho, but Maricic does really well in covering that. And that's a poor kick from Rakitic. Plays it to Chucho, then plays it into Chumba Akpom, and this is why we need to take our chances when we're on top in games, because one chance for them and they bring themselves back into the game. Maricic does well, but then Rakitic literally just passes the ball to Chucho, and Akpom's not going to miss that. 1-1. Grealish with a free kick goes into the back post. Maricic's there, and Dubravka does well to save that again. We've come up against 2 goalkeepers in the 2 games in today's highlights package, and they've been on absolute fire. We only put 1 past the Stoke keeper, and we've only put 1 past Dubravka, and that's going to be our downfall. Full-time whistle's gone. Newcastle 1, Watford 1, 4 points from 6 in the 2 games. Should have done better in this one, because as you can see by the match stats, yeah, we should have absolutely dominated and scored a hell of a lot more goals, but Dubravka on a 7.0. So 2 goalkeepers on a 7+ rating for the 2 games shows you absolutely everything what we've come up against. But now we've got the Europa League to deal with and Hoffenheim. Yeah, 4 points from the 2 games in the highlights package. We've got a game in hand on pretty much everybody in the league. Don't know why, because one of those things. But if we win that, we will go to 55 points. So we'll be 6 points behind City as we sit. I'm not entirely sure who that game in hand is with. It's probably going to be West Ham, I would say. But yeah, all in all, not too bad a result. Say, just couldn't get the goals past those 2 goalkeepers. Say 7.5 and a 7.0. Very unheard of in FM, but just one of those things, unfortunately. We have made a transfer in and a transfer out, and the transfer out is DeAndre Yedlin gone to Chelsea, £16.5 million. I just needed someone better at the crossing, dribbling and all-round game, and we brought in Dodo from Shakhtar for the same price, £16.5 million. but he's a 3.5-star current ability. Potentially playing at his max potential now. You won't see him today because he's out with a virus for 11 days, but 15 dribbling, 13 crossing, good anticipation, good off the ball, good teamwork and work rate, good acceleration and pace as well, technique, tackling, passing and marking, all very, very good. So very much an improvement in that right back area with DeAndre Yedlin going out and Dodo coming in from Shakhtar. So let's get into this first leg against Hoffenheim. We've got Rakitic in goal, Bustos, Lascelles, Zagadou and Chilwell are the back line. Shelby and Fofana in the middle of midfield. Bolo on the right, Marin on the left, Madison in behind Fetty-Arp. On the bench, Sessegnon, Marasek, Grealish, Cataldi, Maya, Neres and DeAndre Gray. Dodo's injured, as you know. Angelino just about coming back to full fitness. He's about 3 weeks away for that. Troy Deeney is 2 months away still. And Piatek is out for about 2 days. Picked up a little bit of a knock in training, so he won't play this game, but might play the second leg if we've got a big enough lead. Let's get into it. Let's go to Hoffenheim. Just before half-time, and the first highlight hits, and it's going to go to Hoffenheim. Griege back to Nordveit, and we're pressing him really well there with James Maddison. He has to go all the way back to Baumann, and that's a poor kick. And Bolo stepping in there. Fetty-Arp in on goal, but he's been pushed wide. He does eventually get a shot on goal, but it hits the side netting, and been a very, very tight first half in this first leg against Hoffenheim. No real big chances coming, and as you can see, very, very stalematey in this one. I'm just going to tell the guys, been unlucky so far. Got out there in the second half, and hopefully we can produce something a little bit better. We do have changes on the bench if we need them, but yeah, need a little bit more from them in this second half. Rakitic with a goal kick finds Shelby in the middle, and we play it back to Rakitic. 15 minutes left on the clock, and we go long. Arp is up for that header, but Shelby misses the ball, and Dimarte in at the back line. But Lascelles was a really good tackle there. Now David Neres can set a counter-attack going through to Fetty-Arp. Lovely ball, and it's a great save again from Baumann. Fetty-Arp, lovely little movement from with the ball, and got a shot away, but straight at the keeper. 10 minutes to go now. Bustos down this right-hand side into Jonjo, and now David Neres on that left-hand side into Maya. Maya, can he find Arp or Marin? He finds Arp. Marin, Arp out to Bustos, into the back post. Marin's there, and Marin scores. Antonio Marin with the goal, an important away goal as well, to put us 1-0 in the lead. Lovely ball in from Bustos on that right-hand side. Arp finds him with a lovely ball out. Bustos takes control of it, whips that ball in, and Marin got the jump on the right back. Baumann nearly kept it out, but it's 1-0 to Newcastle. With the free kick just before the full-time whistle, and it went well wide, and that is it. Full time's gone. 1-0 to Newcastle going into that second leg. We have an away goal, which is good, and our home form is always pretty decent anyway, and I will see you when we get to the second leg. So in between the two legs, we played West Brom away from home, and we got a 2-1 win. They went 1-0 up with Jake Livermore on the 31st minute. Madison then pulled one back literally a minute later, and then Breland Bolo rounded off the victory with 20 minutes to go, and that puts us second in the league, 6 points behind City, as you can see there, a point ahead of Tottenham and 4 points ahead of Liverpool. But we've got a game, all three teams have got a game in hand on Liverpool, so yeah, good spot to be in with the kind of last two months of the season coming, 2-3 months. So yeah, all in all, we're looking like we could qualify for the Champions League if we keep our good run of form going. As you can see here on the schedule, good run of form going all the way back since that kind of iffy period in December where we played Arsenal, Leicester and City and didn't do too well. But since then, gone on a little bit of a run, which is good to see. This is going to be the team that goes up against Hoffenheim in the second leg. Rakitic in goal, Bustos, Lascelles, Zagadou and Chilwell on the back line. Fofana and Shelby in the middle, and Bolo on the right, Marin on the left. Madison in behind Fetty-Arp. On the bench, Sessegnon, Marasik, Grealish, Gray, Maya, Neres and Piatek all on the bench. And hopefully we're 1-0 up, and from the first leg, hopefully we will score quite a few goals in this second leg. I mean, on this left-hand side goes to Shelby and back to Rakitic, and we find Embolo on this right-hand side now. Back to Bustos, and Bustos taking his time, goes back to Embolo, and Shelby's in the middle, and we're controlling this game in the middle of midfield really well. Up over to Marin, that's a heavy touch from the left winger, but Lascelles steps in, and it's a good header forward, but we can't get onto it. Pressing the goalkeeper Baumann, and they get the ball out to Amiri on this right-hand side. Amiri now down that right-hand side into Calme, into Di Matta, out to Griffo, out to Amari. Good football here from Hoffenheim, and they get a header on goal, and it's high and wide, but intent from Hoffenheim. Fofana into Jonjo and out to Antonio Marin. Marin now on the run. Lovely through ball to Fetiar. Can he make it 2? No, he can't. Good save by Baumann. He thought he was going to put us 1-0 up on the night, 2-0 up on aggregate, but good save. Madison whipped that ball in. Zagadu's at the back post. Embolo's there. Can he turn it round? No, he can't. 2 people blocking him off there, and we are still at 0-0. Madison down to Marin. Marin driving forward on that left-hand side. Finds Jonjo. Quick ball into James Madison. Loads of space and shoots wide. Playing really, really well in this first opening 15 minutes or so, but we need this goal to just to make it a little bit more comfy, settle the nerves a little bit, and hopefully go through to the next round. If we do get through to the next round, the draw will be just at the end of this match. Madison now into Embolo. Embolo driving forward. Lovely ball over the top to Marin. Can he squeeze it in? Yes, he can. From a ridiculous angle. Antonio Marin makes it 1-0 on the night, 2-0 on aggregate. Let's see this in 3D and see exactly where how tight this angle was. Embolo driving forward, and he just chips that ball in, and Marin's there. And what an angle that is to squeeze it in past Baumann, and we lead here in the second leg. Griffo down, no, goes to Amari, just to the side of him. Shelby closes that down. They're going 1-2, goes for goal, and what a goal that is for Nadim Amiri. Rakitic really couldn't do too much with it. Shelby doing really well to close the 2 down, but they just whipped this ball. Whether was it a cross or was it a shot? We'll see here. Griffo back to Amari, and yeah, it's definitely a shot. No one really in the middle of the box. They get that away goal. They snuff our away goal out, and it's 2-1 on aggregate. Bustos down the line to Madison and tries to turn Kerin, but he gets tackled. Griffo now with the ball at his feet over the top to Kwame. Kwame's one-on-one with Rakitic, and he comes out and needs to make that save 10 minutes before half-time. And Hoffenheim really are looking dangerous on the break. That's half-time. It looks on the stats that we're controlling this game really well, but actually Hoffenheim causing us a lot of issues, and the player ratings at half-time not the best. I'm going to calmly say I'm far from pleased, actually, to be fair. I really, really am. Embolo not looking too good, and so there's a lot more to come from him in the second half, but lots of 6.5s, lots of 6.6s out there. I need someone to take this game by the scruff of the neck. Hour mark, 2 changes. Arps come off for Piatek and Madison come off for Maya. Hopefully a little bit more composure up top. Maya gets that ball in into Zagadou, and that's his first goal of the season. Maya comes on, makes an instant impact to score, to assist Zagadou's goal from that corner. He absolutely whips this ball in, and it just needs to land on Zagadou's head. And it's 2-1 on the night, 3-1 on aggregate, 25 minutes to go. Zagadou with the ball into Marin. Marin now drives forward into Maya, over the top to Chilwell. Down this left-hand side. Can he get a ball in? No. Falls to Maya. And Piatek is there to score his first goal of his Newcastle career. He's not going to get an easier one. Maya with a lovely whipped effort. I think it cannoned off the post or the crossbar. And Piatek was there literally 4 yards out to sneak it home. Lovely first time hit. Hits the post, and yeah, Piatek's there just to sneak it home. First goal for the club. 3-1 on the night. 4-1 on aggregate. Maya with a corner again. Get it into Embolo. Hits the crossbar, and Kwame gets this ball out. I say the first half, Hoffenheim were all over us, really putting us under pressure. But the second half, we've done a brilliant job. Maya into the box again. Lascelles picks up that ball back out to Lavara. Maya gets another cross in and trying to find someone. Shelby's there, and they block the shot, and Griffo is going to be here on the counter-attack, but Bustos comes through and just takes the ball away from him. But that is it. Full-time whistle goes. 3-1 on the night, 4-1 on aggregate. We go through to the second knockout round of the Europa League, and you'll see the draw next. Here we go then. Second knockout round of the Europa League. Big boys are still here. Arsenal, Lazio, PSV, Roma, Lyon, Milan, Shakhtar, Sporting, Wolfsburg, Valencia. So some tough games in there. Hopefully we can get one of the so-called smaller teams like Mainz, PSV, Schalke, Levante. They would be absolutely brilliant. Let's draw these next teams. Sporting will play Levante. Mainz will play Spartak Moscow. Roma, Valencia. Massive game there. Shakhtar and Olympic Lyon. We will play the first leg at home next time out against another German side, Schalke. I swear, German teams are following me in every save I do this year. We also say Lazio will play Saint Etienne, PSV will play Milan, and Arsenal will play Wolfsburg. So really tough ties there. But I think Schalke, not too bad. How they getting on in the Bundesliga? They're 15th in the Bundesliga, so actually could be a good omen for us to get through to the quarterfinals. Wow, lots of fixtures to come up with next time. We will be back, and we're gonna do the Europa League again. I think Europa League double bill. We'll bring you all the highlights of the 2 West Ham games, one in the league, one in the cup, and the United game away at Old Trafford. And we'll come back for that first game against Schalke on Saturday at 12 o'clock. That's it for this episode. If you have enjoyed it, please do drop it a like. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and you don't want to miss any more content. Remember, tick the little bell icon. Sorry for no face cam for the first part of this episode. Just didn't untick the thing on OBS. So sorry for that. I do apologise. But until next time, when we bring you Schalke, first leg and second leg in the second knockout round, and hopefully get through to a quarter final of the Europa League, I'll see you soon.